Hello, welcome to this Komodo platform August monthly update on this Thursday, August 26, 2021. My name is ejuliano. I'm here to MC this monthly update for Komodo platform, where we will get a bunch of information. It's been quite a tremendous month for Komodo platform, and you're here to find all about it. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. We're just going to go through a bunch of fire updates from the team to get a quick recap of what's been going on of significance this past month. And then there will be a special segment where we grab some highlights from the recent SmartFi and Tokel announcements and conversations that have been had. So stick around for that if you want to hear more from CA333, from Aaron, and others from Audo and Jay Charming will be leading that segment. So stick around for that. And then we're gonna get Komodo in the news as usual. Our man Delton is coming through, reading the news for us, giving us all the important highlights from Komodo platform this past month. And then from there, we're going to say our final goodbyes with some call to actions, and we'll leave you at that. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking around. Without further ado, we're going to move on to the fire updates.
Hi everyone, this is Charles, and here's my weekly update. So last week I've been working with Gleec in order to get some of the GleecDEX issues worked out. They are basically finishing their migration, and they had a few kinks in it. So I have been liaisoning between them and some of the exchanges that are implementing the new Komodo Smart Chain. Also, I've been working with PBC in order to finalize some of the last steps before their actual token launch. And besides that, I've also been working with two projects that reached out to us that are integrating the AtomicDEX into their applications. And one of the things that we're working on is actually adding a mechanism for them to add a markup to the DEX fee. So in theory, they would be able to integrate the AtomicDEX API into their applications, add an extra fee to it, and then that way they would be able to monetize the app and also increase orders on the network. So that's what I've been working on this week. I hope you enjoyed the update. If you have any questions or if you have any business inquiries, feel free to reach out to partners@komodoplatform.com. I'm always on Discord as well. So have a great day.
It's Audo, the CMO. We had a busy month working with SmartFi and Tokel. We did a lot of co-marketing with them, organized several events that you can find from the Komodo YouTube channel. So go there and check them out. But then on the backend side, we were working on the Komodo conference, which will be the first of its kind. That's going to be happening on November 8th and 9th. So put those days to your calendar. It will be a global distributed event with a big online component in it. So stay tuned for that, and we will be releasing more information in the coming weeks.
Hi, I'm Lindsey, Head of PR, and this month we secured several news articles. These included a definition in CMC Alexandria's crypto glossary for diamond hands. This was authored by Kadan and includes his bio at the bottom with information about Komodo. DeFi Slate also published an Ask Me Anything interview with Kadan, and this included questions and content around how Komodo fits in the crypto space, the difference between AtomicDEX and other popular DEXs, the long-term goals of the project, which include expanding atomic swap compatibility and rolling out the AtomicDEX web. Be in Crypto also published a deep dive about Komodo, covering all aspects of the project. This included information on AtomicDEX, DPoW, smart chains, Komodo token as well. And most recently, Cointelegraph published a piece about coins, recent price movement, and that featured commentary from Kadan on reasons for its price decline. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back. Those were the fire updates. Thank you very much. As you can see, that Komodo platform team has been getting a lot of things done through August, and really looking forward to what September brings now. So going from here, we're going to go into a special segment about the strategic partnership with Tokel and the technology partnership with SmartFi. And you're going to hear from Audo and Jay Charming. They're going to join us now and highlight some of the clips that we've come to appreciate. And just in case you didn't hear about it, and this is your once a month check-in with Komodo platform, well, we're glad that you're here. And now you're going to find out some more about SmartFi and the upcoming Tokel platform. Here are Jay Charming and Audo.
Thanks, ejuliano.
Yeah,
so
thanks.
We had a lot of content about SmartFi and Tokel, and it was a major focus for the August. And I'm here with JC. And JC, what are we gonna doing here?
Yeah, we've so we had all this great news coming out in August, right? We finally got release of the NDAs on our technology partnership with SmartFi, which is what's been going on for at least the past year and some change that we haven't been allowed to talk about. And then we've also got the IDO and the NFT platform happening with Tokel happening as well. So I think we're gonna talk about both of those a little bit, starting with SmartFi. We had a live panel discussion, right? And we had some thoughts from PTYX, Charles PTYX Gonzales in the BizDev, and Jason, who's been working with them a whole lot. And I think we even have a clip with CA introducing SmartFi, which was very perfect, kind of highlight.
Yeah, this is going to be a very short clip to those who haven't heard yet on why SmartFi matters. So let's hear it from CA.
We're talking about like a project with a real infrastructure, with real economic influence, with real power, with real resources, building something. And that alone, right, makes me super confident, concerning their success. And again, they haven't even launched, they haven't even publicly launched the full suite. They haven't even fully rolled out the project. And we already see real users, real clients.
And there you have it. And next up, to kind of provide some more context to SmartFi and what it is, we have a clip from Aaron Delton, the CEO of SmartFi. So let's play that clip.
Technically, what we're doing is extremely exciting, but to get your head around it is a little bit, it takes a little bit of understanding. But when you distill it down to its basic structure, we're creating a derivative, a financial derivative, out of electricity and silicon chip computation by making a change in the protocols and algorithms on the SmartFi SFUSD chain, where you then emit a coin that is automatically hedged. It basically turns a power supply and a server into a banking process. And so for people to kind of get your head around that, we were talking just the other day to a really large utility about this concept. And you could just hear the wheels turning on the other side. It was hard for them to kind of grasp that. But when they kind of understood that they were sitting on a commodity producing machine that could turn itself into a decentralized bank, it was blowing their minds. And we'll probably not have to go into another forum of that, but the technology that's making that possible is the combination of our modeling from the financial side and the Komodo structures around the atomic swap and the decentralized platform and the commodity layer protocol. So I'm super excited what what Komodo is able to do, because it brings to life our vision that we knew there was something there. Technically, we understood it, but we didn't have the skills to bring it to life. But we knew how economically it should work, and then they could translate that into the technology that we needed.
Nice, that was great. Aaron talking about all great things SmartFi and the connection for the wonderful technology partnership we're getting to talk about and we'll be talking about for the rest of the year between Komodo and SmartFi. I think next that we're going to move on to be sure to grab that highlight from Charles PTYX Gonzales for his thoughts on the SmartFi collaboration and how it relates to Komodo and some of the things that we all have to look forward to about it.
I think, it's important to take note of the years that Komodo has been developing this technology, and now finally it's being given real use. And I think the most important thing about all of it is that this collaboration with SmartFi and the way that they're actually applying the tech will actually innovate. It will create innovations in itself, and it'll move the tech towards the mainstream. And I think that's the most important takeaway from this. As of now, most of the technology that we have built has been somewhat stuck within the blockchain world, and in a very it's been given very little use because most people don't understand it. So what they are building is really bringing this to the mainstream, in the sense that a lot of people are going to be using the tech and they actually won't even know that they're using it. And at the end of the day, that when people use cryptocurrencies like they use email, they don't even know how it works, but they use it every day. That's when you actually reach a very important goal or an important milestone. And yeah, I'm excited to see where the tech goes from here and how it's applied. And seeing it grow.
And PTY had some great points as always. And we are going to also hear from the other Komodo business developer, Jason Brown, also known as Polycryptoblog. So let's play that clip.
Collaboration between SmartFi and Komodo, I think there's a lot of benefits on both directions. So one of the things Komodo's been really trying to reach into the fintech space for quite some time. It's a very new space, so there's it's been hard to break through, especially starting from a crypto background and not just like a purely financial background. So there's a definite interest on our side of collaborating with somebody who was already in the space. And like Aaron mentioned, they have a background in doing cryptocurrency-backed loans. So they already had their foot in the door and knew what to expect out of the industry. Another reason why we kind of leapt into this partnership beyond the atomic swap mechanism, like Aaron said, matched some of their business processes, already, is their idea of a commodity layer protocol of their blockchain. It probably unknown to most people, kind of in the background. I had it's kind of a similar idea to what Aaron was, what he designed out. So when I saw that and like how it could be, how it ties in, decentralized finance with mining and with having an actual mineable stable coin, I was, it just seemed like there was a lot of synergy that could take place. So, we kept in touch for a couple of years and, kept answering questions, kind of like figuring out what SmartFi wanted to build because they have a lot of things that they want. So once we had a firm grasp of that, and then we kind of just leapt into it.
And the always in fashion, Kadan CA333 Stadelman, who was able to give us a lot of great information about DEX tech, decentralized exchanging technology, and the vision of freedom that we're all moving towards. And just like, this topic that is impacting us as a world, to be able to be in charge of our own key, own your coins, own your keys. I think we got a clip from him as well, directed towards Kadan CA333 Stadelman. And this is with the upcoming 050 release of AtomicDEX, where Pirate is enabled and WebDEX is the near future. How excited are you about decentralized trading in general?
Excitement is here, and it's like huge, and obviously, right, like decentralized trading in general. I mean, this aligns, right, and matches our vision, right, like of freedom. I mean, we do identify with this, this ultimate libertarian financial freedom, and I believe that DEX technology, decentralized trading, right, just like in general, is a like a super nice like projection of this vision of this like ultimate financial freedom. So to just like put this in one short sentence, I think like I'm personally like super excited, and I believe the entire community, the pirates, right, all our friends over at Pirates and everyone else, right, that just like cares about like financial freedom, independence, will love like these kind of technologies.
Okay, and there we had all the clips from the SmartFi, and you can check out the whole panel, find it from the Komodo YouTube channel. And next up, we are gonna show some clips about Tokel, which I had the pleasure of hosting their AMA. And the first clip is gonna be about the most asked question during the AMA, that was how does the Tokel NFT platform compare against other NFT platforms out there? So let's listen to their answer.
What does Tokel offer that will be better than OpenSea to pull user base over? So similar question, like how you're going to compete. And we kind of hit on this earlier, where the intent will be to offer the features that we have. So we've got a couple of niche features like royalties and the fact that it's super inexpensive to create. So you only need one Satoshi of Tokel in order to create a token, and then the transaction fees are defaulted at 0.0001 Tokel, which is considerably low. And then so that's basically the baseline features that we're going to be offering. We're going to be offering a simple to use platform, so that all-in-one application basically will host all of the features available in a really, really super light fashion. So these are the basics that we're trying to set the platform at to be able to compete with such big NFT monsters, in the words of Netster. But as I spoke about earlier, the intent will actually be to go out and reach out to organizations that have NFT marketplaces and that host NFTs and that sort of thing for them to build on top of the Tokel platform. So we aren't trying to necessarily compete one for one with those types like OpenSea and Rarible and things like that. We actually want them to come over and work alongside us, or we want to work alongside them and give them the option of creating NFTs on a platform that is specifically designed for tokens in mind, and will continue to work. And all of our development efforts will be with tokens in mind and facilitating that in different ways, shapes and forms, whether it's through like a software development kit for developers to create projects on, or whether it's through great user interface in the application, or different bits and pieces.
Absolutely killer. And the strategic partnership with Tokel brings it home to the AtomicDEX and Komodo AtomicDEX API network with their IDO, which is their initial DEX offerings. And the details and CTAs for that are happening at 8 p.m. UTC on the 30th of August. And that's where you'll be able to start picking up information about how to get into that Tokel IDO on AtomicDEX. That's part of that great strategic partnership that we have going on. And I think that we have a clip surrounding that as well.
Would definitely recommend people jumping onto the Tokel website. So just tokel.io/IDO. That'll have all the details listed out there, so you can process that in slow time. Basically, we're having the IDO start on the 30th of August. And just prior to that, actually, we're going to be doing another live stream, which will go for about an hour, which will highlight all the differences, highlight all of the specifics of how the IDO will work, what an IDO is. We'll have a couple of interviews, a developer showcase of where the application's going in the future. So highly recommend keeping your ears out for when that one will be occurring. But as I said, tokel.io/IDO has all the details there. It'll be kicking off at 8 p.m. on the 30th of August. The IDO will be occurring on AtomicDEX. So basically, you'll just have to have Komodo on AtomicDEX, and then you'll be able to participate in the IDO. It'll be broken up into two separate phases. The phase one, which is a bit of a price discovery phase, and then phase two, which is the main IDO. The highlight of the phase one is it's only a short period of time with a short amount of a short supply. So the total amount of Tokel for the phase one, just the price discovery phase, will be 500,000 Tokel over 48 hours, and each of those Tokel will be broken up into a series of offers, each offer increasing basically by 0.008 KMD per offer up to a certain amount. So the intent there is to create market-like conditions over a short period of time with a short supply to try and find that price of what price is Tokel, because we didn't want to just list it as like, hey, this is the price we think it is. We want the community to be able to participate in the price discovery before we then conduct the main IDO, which will be the 19.5 million and any leftover from phase one.
I think that pretty much covers it for the special segment that we have for the monthly update, covering the SmartFi live panel discussion and the release of the NDAs and the strategic partnership with Tokel. If anything, one of these clips caught your interest, we have tons more information about this buried in our YouTube. They are in our social media channels. You can come and get more of this if you liked any of it. Audo, did you have anything else with this?
Yeah, just go to our YouTube. So much content there, and let us know what you think. And also be sure to ask us questions and join the SmartFi and Tokel channels if you're interested to learn more. And I think with that, we will just give it back to you, ejuliano.
All right. Thank you, Audo and Jay Charming, for taking us through those clips. Indeed, the SmartFi partnership, technological partnership is such a huge deal, and it's been in the works for so long. So we really appreciate just getting those recaps once again. And like you said, we're going to be, this is just the beginning, really. So we'll be hearing about this over time. And same thing with the Tokel platform, just the beginning. So yeah, anybody wants to get interested, anybody wants to get involved, participate in the IDO, check it out as soon as you can. It's going to be happening on Monday, the 30th of August. And so you might want to check out some of the details leading up to that. All right. So just quickly, these monthly updates are jam-packed with a whole bunch of different information. We're going to be coming up with Komodo in the news now from Delton. But before that, I just want to remind you, if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, check out komodoplatform.com. You can go subscribe to the newsletter there. Also, if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Go download AtomicDEX and start owning your keys so you can own your coins, as the saying goes. And then, of course, if you haven't heard yet, just after this monthly update, we'll be hosting a Twitter Spaces, 1700 UTC. Once again, Twitter Spaces today at 1700 UTC. Check that out after this live stream. Okay. From there, we're going to go over to the Komodo to the Delton for Komodo in the news. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Delton, head of content at Komodo. Now we're about to look at some of the news highlights for Komodo for August 2021. The first thing that I want to highlight in this segment is the 3 CMC Alexandria glossary terms authored by Komodo CTO Kadan CA333 Stadelman. So you see the first one here, what is an atomic swap? So basically explaining what an atomic swap is and how this kind of peer-to-peer order book technology is different from automated market makers, AMMs, which are used by other DEXs. So yeah, if you want to learn more about atomic swaps and just like everything involved in the swapping process, the trading process on AtomicDEX, be sure to read this glossary term. The next one is specifically talking about what is AtomicDEX and just talking about some of the features and the use of the peer-to-peer order books and atomic swaps. And the last one is a meme term. So what is diamond hands? So this is a good explanation about kind of the origin of the term diamond hands and just how it has become so popular and just like how it's generally used now in the blockchain and crypto space. Next, we have a nice featured quote here in this Cointelegraph article. This is a quote from Komodo CTO Kanan CA333 Stadelman. This particular article is looking at BTC price momentum. And you see here that Kanan is featured in the first quote. So we can quickly read this. So it says, regardless of the legislative outcome, this discussion is putting crypto at the forefront of US policy and generating more public awareness about blockchain technology. Another result is that traditional financial institutions will likely increase accumulation of cryptocurrencies if policy clarifications are formally adopted. So this is a nice quote here talking about the infrastructure bill in the US Senate and just what that means in terms of the recognition of cryptocurrency. I would say not only in the US, but around the world as well. And next we have a featured story here from DeFi Slate. So this is actually a Q&A with Kadan, talking about like Komodo's role in the DeFi space and just the security aspect and the interoperability aspect that Komodo is working towards with AtomicDEX. So if you're interested in reading these questions and just seeing Kadan's answers, you can check this out and just, I would say, get a good idea of the vision of Komodo and what we're looking to achieve in the future with AtomicDEX and even how AtomicDEX compares to other decentralized exchanges. Next up, we have an article here from B in Crypto. So this is another DeFi piece. So this is a DeFi deep dive. Looking at how Komodo is the blockchain unifier, again with the messaging that Komodo is here to unify all the blockchains and here to support blockchain interoperability. So yeah, this is a good article going over kind of the history of Komodo with JL 777, and just talking about the origins of the project and how it started, kind of the ethos of the project, and like where we're at now in terms of the technology and what all things that Komodo offers, whether it be DPAL, smart chains, or AtomicDEX related things. And we have a nice feature here about the KMD token as well. And one of the last things I want to highlight is this article from Now Payments. So this is a payment gateway in which you can purchase KMD. So again, this is an overview article looking at what is KMD, what is Komodo working on. And also, this is a good piece because it explains some of the benefits of KMD, such as low transaction fees and the fact that it's accepted by several reputable merchants, including Travala.com. And just like more benefits of Komodo project and KMD. And the last thing I want to highlight is the Komodo Academy for this month. So this is a section on the KomodoPlatform.com website that we're building up the content around, and I think it's really helping drive SEO value for the Komodo website. As you can see here, we have all kinds of new articles, especially from Noah Fields. So we have a beginner's guide to blockchain technology. We have a coin guide that details, what is Dodo, what is this project working on. You have one by myself looking at blockchain ETFs and Bitcoin ETFs. You also have a couple more from Noah Fields. There's a coin guide about Ethereum Classic. There's also a best crypto wallets guide. So if you're looking at different wallets and just what are the benefits and limitations, and even like how AtomicDEX compares to others in terms of the non-custodial wallet feature, this is a very good piece to read. So lots of new articles in the Komodo Academy. Be sure to check that out. As always, be sure to subscribe to the Komodo newsletter on the homepage. You can find the newsletter sign up button here at the bottom. And from there, you're going to get a monthly preview. So finding out like what all we're doing each month at Komodo, and also like a monthly review. So, all the things we've accomplished throughout the month. And also a couple of reminders of different events we have going on periodically for the community.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Delton. That was some great Komodo news there. I definitely want to highlight again the value of having the Alexandria glossary from CoinMarketCap defining atomic swap and AtomicDEX, as well as diamond hands. It gives us a nice nice link towards the Komodo platform. And that's quite, I think that's pretty valuable for us. So good job, everyone. And that's going to bring us to the end of our monthly updates. But before we go, before you head off, I do have a couple of quick calls to action before we say our final goodbyes. So firstly, go visit smartfi.com if you haven't already, and check out tokel.io if you're interested in the NFTs token platform coming through with the Komodo smart chain technology here. Definitely check that out. And also, if you haven't yet done it, like I mentioned earlier, download AtomicDEX, or maybe you prefer GleecDEX. And if you're really curious, just keep an eye out for that SmartDEX coming soon, the SmartFi's version of DEX. And then, of course, Tokel will have their own DEX. But again, all coming back to that AtomicDEX API. Good times here around Komodo platform when it comes to the decentralized exchange featuring atomic swaps. So check that out. And the best way to stay up to date with all of this Komodo information is really to subscribe to the newsletter. So go to the komodoplatform.com website, subscribe to the newsletter, and you'll get all the information that's coming through about Komodo platform and related activities throughout the weeks and the months ahead. All right. And then finally, once again, just a reminder, the Twitter space is happening after this at 1700 UTC. Come and chill with the Komodo platform people and have a good time, ask some questions. And oh yes, and if you're using Twitter, remember to use the hashtag #WakeTheDragon. And that way we support the Komodo platform together. All right. I think that's it for now. This has been quite a month. I hope you've enjoyed all of this recap. Maybe it's nothing new to you, but hopefully it helps to keep that fire going. And maybe some of these things are new to you, in which case, very glad that you were able to join for this monthly update. And until next time, stick around for the weekly town hall meetings every Thursday. And of course, there's all the community meetings and everything else. Just check out Komodo's Discord, stay up to date with the newsletter, and from there, there's so much possibility. All right, friends, everyone who's watching, thank you for being here. Once again, I'm ejuliano. For the whole Komodo platform team, community, ecosystem, all of the partners and everything like that, especially your Audo and Jay Charming, Delton, Articush, and everyone else. Thank you very much for being here, for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.